Yo, what's up everybody? This is your boy Cinefrex Africa, and I'm gonna be showing you how to edit a photo where you're not going to edit a poster. So I'm gonna show you how to work with different images, how to color grade using my Photoshop. When I'm color grading my images, a lot of things I do use. Many people, I used to use 2015, but now I changed and I'm using 2020 current because they impressed me with the auto selection stuff, and then it's so. Let's get started showing you how I do edit my photos. So I'm gonna go into my folders and I'm gonna look for an image. So I'm gonna drag and drop that image in my Photoshop. It's not that good image. It's not that it was taken by a very good camera. It was taken by a 16 pixel camera, and then so we're gonna be showing how everything. So I'm gonna zoom and then look at it. So this is how it looks like, but we need to make sure it looks very good compared to how the way it looks. So I'm gonna use frequency separation, and I'm gonna use other ways when I'm doing. So when you're doing Photoshop, it depends on how you focus and how you want to look. You have to trust your eyes sometimes, or to get something unique and something cool for different from others work. So you're gonna make sure that we find something better out of this. How you do your work is how it looks like. So I'm gonna duplicate my layer times 2. So I'm gonna have the layer 1 and the layer 1 copy. So then after that, I'm gonna turn off the eye for the first layer, or you can rename it and call it the texture layer. Then the second, you're gonna call it the lower frequency, or you can call it the tones. So let's use the tones. So what we are going to do, when frequency separation, it means separating texture from the tones, and then tones alone, and then you separate them. So we are first going to separate the textures from the tone layer, and this is how we're going to do it. You're going to select this, and then we shall go to filter, we go to Gaussian blur, then we are going to reduce, take it to 0, and then you try to move through until you feel like you're losing this. So look for the most stuff that you want to remove, the most texture that you want, the high texture. That's so this is what I want to remove. So I'm gonna move slowly until I feel like I don't possess any. So I'll go until I lose the textures that I'm seeing around. You can look on your Gaussian blur, and then you also look at your real image. You see that I can still see the image very clear, a little bit clearly, that I'm not losing the details. So I'm going to go up to around 9. So I'm going to stop there because I'm not seeing. I think it's giving me the good results according to what I want. So after that, I'm going to go back to my texture layer. Then I'm going to be making sure that I separate the layers from. I'm going to take the text that I've eliminated from the tone. So I'm going to separate them from and leave it in the texture layer. So I'm going to go to image, select the first layer, the texture layer. Then I'm going to go to image, go to apply image. When I go to apply image, I need to, where there is multiply, I'm going to make sure that I change it to subtract, and then come here and merge tone. So in apply tone, you see the textures are being brought to that layer. So separated right so from that tone layer. So you have to make sure if you find your footage is scaling to below something, so you need to make it 2, and you have to make sure that your offset is 128, and then you click OK. So after clicking OK, you remain the same layer, and then you go change it, the mode, change it to linear light. So when you change it to linear light, it's gonna come back as normal image. So the two images, the two layers gives you the background layer. So I'm gonna turn, if your background layer is not looking the same as the two tone and texture layer, when they're combined together, that means you've made something wrong. So this is, I remove the background layer, and then I'm gonna turn it off. So you're gonna see when I do this, I only have the text. When I turn it back, I have the full image. When I turn this, I have only 10 layer, and when I turn it back, so the two layers are representing the background layer. So the tone layer plus the texture layer, they become, so this is what we call frequency separation, that you separate the textures from the tones. So you're gonna we are gonna use the stamp tool, the clone stamp tool, to do something different, or we're also going to use the tool, the lasso tool, to make sure that we make our things work our way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first come around here, go to my texture layer, and then I'm going to look for those textures that I need to reduce, and then I'm going to be using this, and then reduce to the size using the just a little bit, and then you're gonna use you copy, and then you do copy. And so many people have a different way. If you don't do it this way, you can create the black and white layer. Black and white layer, you make sure you bring the reds down to make you able to identify which one you want to remove and what you do. So you're gonna select this layer, and then you come do it your way. So you remove the blemishes. So you go removing, you copy and then paste, you copy and paste. So when you copy and paste, you try to do some different things around. So this is Photoshop we are using. I'm using 2020 right now, so I'm gonna do it my way. For you, I'll maybe speed up to make it easier for you to work out and get the images very faster. So let me show you how to do it. So you're gonna be doing, you remove those things, you copy from the highlights. Do not copy from the do not copy from the tones, and then you make it with the highlights, and then you combine. You're gonna be spoiling your image. So you try to look around what you want to remove, and then you remove. So you remove all the blemishes you're having around, the unwanted spots around. So using you copy and paste, showing everything your way. So you come and doing this everywhere you want to do it. It's gonna show you how you can go to our Instagram page. She uses Daisy, and then a lot of things. So be watching and doing. You can be watching how you do my work, how I edit my work. So you can also learn right from different things I'm gonna be showing. So after removing the blemishes, we're gonna be going to just you turn out your layer and then see what the changes have you done, and then you see what you've not done at all. So you can go back and then you still have something. So we have to still remove some around blemishes around here. So I'm gonna remove them, showing this, make it look good. So what I'm trying is to make sure that everything looks good this way, making it make the final way. So you have the final idea and then making it look so awesome. Many people find to ask myself, how do I edit my thing? I do it my way. I learn from different people, and they also learn with from me. So it's really good. I always watch a lot of people doing their way, and I also do my way to help others grow in their touching their Photoshop, retouching their images in Photoshop. So images are very good, and that's more you improve your skills in using the frequency per your prices also increases, and then your client also becomes more compared to the one you had first. So I'm gonna be showing you more how to work on it. So after removing the blemishes, I don't think I still need this black and white, so I'm gonna delete it and then remain with this. So I go to the tone layer, and then I'm gonna play with the Gaussian blur to make the face well shaped. So I'm gonna go, so you don't have to go much. So I'm gonna go back to Gaussian blur. So I'm gonna be changing it a little bit, something around 2024 or 16. I'm gonna make it 20. Let me make it 23 or 20 or 19 and click OK. So I'm gonna go to another shape around, and I'm gonna do the same thing. You shape, do it, right click, and then you click Gaussian blur. So you copy the same actions on the other side. So you always again continue going and make this look your way. Gaussian blur, so it's really going. So you see the face is getting soft, like you may not believe. So let's see the before and after. So this is the before and after, before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. So after getting our face being made so clear like that, so we're gonna have this, and we're gonna make look great. So you make use of your skin, and then when you zoom back, she's gonna be like that. She's not like the base, she's not having the grades, and then a lot of things are really going. So we're gonna do it even on the arms to make sure that the arms also become soft, and then a lot of things are gonna work out away just like this. So you select the point you want to make soft, and then you apply the Gaussian blur. So this is what we are doing currently, showing you how everything is going to be worked upon. It is just fine when I'm working on my images. I like them however much. Sometimes it happens. Always a lot of challenges goes my way when you're editing, and then it really finds you to make you feel like, but as you keep on practicing, keep watching my tutorials, you learn more things. So this is Photoshop we are working in, and then so right now, as I have something good, I may not feel it, you may live like you want to show the fully details, but me, I'm gonna show you, if at all I'm using this merging tool and then making it look more different, like having it, I'm gonna make it a little bit plastic, but I'm gonna reduce it to something around 3. I'm gonna reduce my smudge tool to 3, and then I'm gonna be able to remove something very slow. Sorry, I'm not finishing everything, but I'm removing something little, something little, so I don't have to be brushing so much. Make a little bit, remove little things so it doesn't move so slow that it will make it look loose, like it wasn't. It will not look so much plastic, but it will look a little bit making so with a soft skin. So you're gonna have it your way, you do it, showing how to edit images, and this is how it's gonna work out. You don't have to be putting a lot of much strength in your smudge tool. You just have to put something a little bit, and then you'll be pausing around and making look so awesome. So this is what I have for everyone that is watching my tutorials. I'm gonna be making more about color grading, and then I also go to my arms and also do the same thing. I apply the smudge tool still. I'm gonna be doing just a little bit more, so you have making the skin look good. You make the skin look soft using your smudge tool. You don't have to put it in high strength because it may end up spoiling the image, and then you reduce using the brackets, and then you can have your story, your image looking, yes, it's looking so good to me somehow, and then everybody looks at it. So we're gonna look into how we can grade our Photoshop images and make everything look better way. So you can give it any color you want. So right now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna first come here to increase a little bit of the vibrancy, and then also put it back like around that, and then I'm gonna drop it look like that. I can come to my colors. Let me go to, I'm gonna go to selective colors, and then gonna little bit changing, making it look more with a little bit of reddish and yellowish somehow, a little bit. Then I'm gonna go to yellow still. I'm gonna change something a little bit canyon somehow like this. I don't want to be with much red. Magenta, gonna pull it somehow like this, and gonna do this something, pull it to get the clear detail of the black, and then I'm gonna make it look like that. So that's my image I'm working on right now. I'm gonna be like gonna merge the layers. I'm gonna merge the layers, and then so I'm gonna click my, so I'm gonna now make the eyes seem to be white, and this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull it back, and then I'm gonna select this, create a white solid layer. So then I'm gonna go to the blend modes, and I'm going to blend it just like that. You only leave the white to the eyes because the spotting point you want, and then press your Alt and separate the underlaying layer, and then you're gonna be separating. So try to blend to get the exact amount of light you want, white, and then you click OK. So after that, I'm gonna select my layer mask, and then press Ctrl I. So after pressing Ctrl I, I'm gonna zoom a little bit, go to my brush, make sure the white is on top to shade. If you want to rub, then the black, you press your X to tangle or switch the colors. So I'm gonna switch to white, and then reduce a little bit of my brush, and then I'm gonna start shading, applying the white in the eyes. So I'm gonna be having my white eyes, and then that is my image done. Okay, thank you for watching my tutorial. Keep subscribing on my channel, Dramax Studio, on Cinefrex Africa, and you're gonna be working. I'll be giving you more tutorials about Photoshop, working with images, working with Photoshop. A lot of post design match is really coming. Subscribe my channel and click on the bell to get notified every time I upload a video for you. God bless.